So it's been a while. Hi, everyone. This is Quentin R. Jiles, and you are listening to the Q with Q podcast. And it has been a while. I looked at the episodes that I previously did, and I was amazed at how long I have not spoken to you all. As you know, a lot of life has happened. And if you don't know, let me walk through it briefly. I had a momentary human moment at the passing of my grandmother, who is and was my second parent. And so I didn't just lose a grandparent, I lost a parent. And honestly, my desire for content creation, for speaking, for showing up was no longer there. Fast forward, I ended up getting married to the love of my life, my best friend. And then we got pregnant on our honeymoon. It happened very fast. That was not intentional, but it happened. And now we have a beautiful baby girl. And so just a lot of life has happened since I have recorded my last podcast. And I'm in a space now where I am ready to get back out there. I'm ready to create again, even though I still have those highs and lows of not wanting to show up. I'm holding myself accountable, and I want you all to hold me accountable as well via your tweets, your comments on my social pages, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case may be, to keep showing up because it's important, because we've built a community here, and because I love doing this. And by all intents and purposes of what you all have said, you all love when I show up, which I'm so thankful for, because I don't believe that anyone is owed a platform. So it is a privilege to be able to speak to you. It is a privilege that you are allowing me your ear space. And I truly believe that I am not owed any of this. So I'm thankful for it. And so I just wanted to come and talk about my life for a little bit and what it's like now. I love being a father. I've always known I wanted to be a dad. I didn't want to do it this soon. Honestly, if me and my wife could do it all over again, if I could get the same baby, but wait 3 or 4 years, I would do that in a heartbeat. But I want this little girl. And since that's not possible, here we are. But the Lord knew. God knew exactly what I needed and when I needed it. And she's my everything. She is. It's so interesting because I've shared with you all before that I grew up fatherless. My biological dad was not really in the picture, and I had a father figure in my younger brother's father. But for the most part, I was fatherless. And so I'm in this journey of fathering fatherlessly, right? There is no example I can pull from my direct life. I can, pull from what I saw in other people's dads or my dream version of what a dad should be. But honestly, I have no point of real reference in that. But there's a commitment level that I have that I don't know if y'all hear in the background, but this baby is mine. She didn't ask to be here. She never raised her hand and said, "Hey, Quentin and Vanessa, can y'all come together and produce this child?" She never did that. And so because she never did that, because we engaged in adult activity, hello somebody, because we're married, because we engaged in such activity once we got married and the Lord blessed us, it is my responsibility to see this thing through and love her and raise her and guide her and teach her and help her and be there for her. It's just, man, it's really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. My heart is full in a way in which I didn't think that it could have been. Oh, emotional walls. I'm not going to cry on this podcast. My heart is full in a way in which I never thought it could be. And it's interesting. I mean, because I love myself, right? And let me not say right, because I know people do struggle with that, but I do. I love myself. I enjoy myself. I like my personality. That took a lot of work, a lot of time to get to a space where I was just truly comfortable in my skin. But I love me, my ups, my downs, all of that. I love my wife. She is my other half. We have become one flesh under God through Christ. And I love her. I love her intellect and really her genuineness and her sweetness. My wife is probably not even probably, my wife is the sweetest person I have ever met, to the point where I'm like, baby, you be too nice. You be too nice to the folks. But that is one of the things that I love about her, and her genuine, like truly genuine heart. But when it comes to my baby, it's a different type of love. It is I don't know, man. I am all in. And not that I'm not all in on myself, or not that I'm not all in with my wife. It's a different type of all in. I think that, you know what it is? I think there's a level of, it's a responsible all in, right? Because my baby depends on us to do everything. She can't do anything for herself. My wife can do things for herself. I can do things for myself, right? I can show up a certain way. My wife can show up a certain way. We can decide. We have our own thoughts and ideas and dreams. And my baby, she's just a blank canvas. She's just here. And so it's just a different type of all in. And I'm loving it. I'm loving, as much as I have been sleep deprived. We're at the time of recording this podcast, we're at week 12. She'll turn week 13 in a couple days. I think we've gotten the groove of now, like in the beginning, man, it was sleep deprivation to the max. But now we have gotten used to the every 2 to 3 hour feedings. Oh, that's sugar. Hold on. All right, baby. Here you go. Can Papa do a podcast? There you go, sugar. And right now my wife is away as I'm recording this, and my baby's like sitting right next to me. Like, this is the thing that I love, that I am able to still do my work and still have my kid here. I don't know if some would call it unprofessional for a podcast, but that's why you have your own podcast. You get to do what you want to do, how you want to do it. And this is how we're going to authentically show up. It just is what it is. But yeah, we are past the sleep deprivation mode. Now, we could always use more rest. We could always use more sleep. Okay, sign me up. And our parents have been gracious enough to help us out a lot. Side note, it is both sides of the family's first grandchild. So the grandmothers are just through the roof. But we've gotten a hang of it. We've gotten used to the every 2 to 3 hour sleep schedule. And so now it's like clockwork, even if, like last night, I was still very tired at the 5 o'clock feeding. But you're up. You just kind of go. So, yeah, it's a different type of all in. I will do whatever I need to do to ensure she is loved and is successful. And I don't mean successful as in accomplishments, but I mean successful as being fully formed, teaching her the word of God, teaching her how to love folks, teaching her how to forgive folks, which myself, I am still working through it. It's not my strong point, but I'm human, but that is something that I am working through, trying to have more grace for folks, which my wife, again, I don't think I said she's gracious, has a grace out of this world. Again, it's like, girl, you let's go get that food. But no. We're going to submit that to the Lord and we're going to keep moving. But teaching her how to be graceful, teaching her how to be confident as a woman, as a Black woman, how to go for what she wants. I don't really care if it's a material thing, but what is it that you want? How to stand in the power of herself, how to own her own space, to not be bullied, to not be shut down, to not be cast aside, to not be not listened to. How to be every bit of the woman she ultimately will be. But as we progress, every bit of the baby, every bit of the toddler, every bit of the girl, every bit of the teenager, every bit of the young woman, and then every bit of the woman that she will end up being. So I'm all in. I'm just all in for the journey and for the ride. And so it will look different in how I show up with my political commentary. It will look different in how I show up in my cultural commentary because I have this whole new life. But I'm ready. And I am just so thankful and grateful to everyone who is listening, who has listened, who has chosen to still support me, even though the content has not been consistent as how it was when you first met me. I'm grateful that you're still here. I'm grateful that you still listen and that you still support and tune in and that you still tag me in things. I am grateful for the platform that you all allow me to have because you listen, because you tune in. So I'm back, baby. I am back. And I'm just grateful. So you all have a good day or good night whenever you're listening to it and listening to this podcast. And let's just go on the ride together. Let's go on the journey. This has been The Q with Q. As you know, I'm Quentin R. Jiles, but if we're friends, you gotta call me Q. Y'all have a good one.